Hi everyone, we are back. My name is Eduardo, you can just call me Edu, and today we're gonna keep going on this journey to the first place. Last episode was pretty insane, we went back and forth, but now we're at 102, so looking close, and let's see if we can catch on. As I said last episode, I am using a slightly modified version of the team I was using in the previous episodes and that I used to make finals of the Oceania International Championships. I have Koba Berry on my Gorgeist, a slightly different EV spread. I have Yawn on Gastrodon, and I also have Protect instead of Flamethrower on Togekiss. The Yawn is over Protect on Gastro. So, yeah, it should be exciting. Let's change up the music, shall we? Just to Battle Tower. You know, something I've always that I noticed that kind of bugs me is that it's funny that we have a whole track named Tournament in our game, and the track that goes on at the official tournaments is not that one. So I think it's kind of funny, and I wanted to something that I remembered and wanted to share with you guys. Kind of weird, right? So yeah, let's get. Hopefully, you can find an opponent. That would be nice. We're so close. I really wanted to show us making top 100 on video, but we can't seem to find opponents. So I guess I'll be back when we do. All right, so we finally found an opponent, and they're top 1,000, so it should be a cool game. As we see, a very interesting a team that seems to be based around Trick Room. Our guy is going to be amazing again. As you know, we have the Safeguard, and that's crucial against compositions like this. I also want to go Gastrodon, because that can the pair is better against Togekiss than Gorgeist. And obviously we'll always want a check to Rhyperior when on our lead, because we just don't want to walk right into it, right? And we want to keep Tritar in the back. So for the last time, I'm pretty sure I want to go Gorgeist. It's the Rhyperior check we need, so yeah, I'm gonna go with that. One of the things that I changed my Gorgeist, that I always tank a Rockfall from a +1 Rhyperior, which I felt was really important. And that's definitely gonna help in a scenario like this. I hope, at least. We'll see. Well, maybe it won't come down to that. So yeah, let's get right into it. You just gotta be careful, you know. With this matchup, it's usually just trying to not get caught with Rhyperior on the field when we have both Tyranitar and Arcanine. They actually lead right off with Venusaur and Torkoal. Very interesting. So we can just go Tyranitar and get a Safeguard up. Worst case scenario would be like them like Dynamaxing, going for Max Quake, I guess, but that wouldn't be like too bad. You know, just preventing sleep is always the priority, and that's what we're going for now. So yeah, Ashron comes in. Out goes Tyranitar. Cool. So they do switch out the Torkoal, yeah, fairly expectable there. What into though? Okay, Togekiss, that's good. I was kind of fearing the Rhyperior there. They go for Sleep Powder. Into Arcanine, interesting. So let's see some speeds. Okay, so it should be a fairly slow Togekiss. They could speed die actually, so you never know. Now what should we do here? We could just go for Snarl and Rockfall. Obviously getting caught against a Rhyperior would be bad, but we're pressuring the setter a lot, so they wouldn't be able to set up the Trick Room. So I'm just gonna Snarl and Rockfall. I feel like the weakness policy should be on Rhyperior, but this covers just about everything. They could have brought Rhyperior too in the back, but it feels a bit unlikely because they like I feel like I believe more if they brought Bronzong. So we're the only ones Dynamaxing here. Or they're really slow. That could be a possibility too. So we get Dynamax off. Well, they could technically Earth Power the Arcanine and Air Slash it. They couldn't Yawn because we have Safeguard up. So it's interesting to see they stayed in with both. Yeah, Snarl kind of cover for Weakness Balls. He took his Dynamaxing. Oh, just go for Sleep Powder and Air Slash. I think they timed out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they timed out. So that explains that. Yeah, Rock fell off. Yeah, that's unfortunate for our opponent. Yeah, they probably timed out there. Tough. Yeah, like, if they have a Rapier, they have to go into it now. I feel. They got Torkoal though, which I don't really mind. I can just Flamethrower the Venusaur and Rockfall the Torkoal. Don't see much reason not to. They are -1. So yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like that has to be right. They go for Protect on Torkoal and don't Dynamax on the Venusaur. See what they do. Go for Earth Power. I got a. It wasn't a crit, was I? Oh, that was a crit. Okay, because I feel like crit would have KO'd. That's why I'm confused. But I guess yeah, it's not stab. They're not Life Orb. Makes sense. So yeah, we got Flamethrower up. That should KO the Venusaur for sure. Yeah, and Sun. Perfect. So in the back they could have Rapier, Bronzong, and ADD. Worst case scenario, probably Rapier. I think it would have still been fine. Cause like if it's Rapier, we just go for the Torkoal here. And it is Rapier, okay. I don't think it's worth going for the like saving the Arcanine at all. So I'd rather just double down on the Torkoal and get a special defense drop. Yeah, that's the best plan. Yeah, because I don't want anything in the back to take chip, because there's the way I deal with Rapier. So what I'm gonna do is just get rid of the Torkoal, so I don't have to worry about it with Gourgeist. Get a special defense prop, which could help a lot with the Gastron and preventing their boosts to be too hard to deal with. Just go for Don't Protect. They don't get it, which is huge. I'm gonna Flamethrower off. Yeah, this is definitely enough to get rid of Darkness now. There we go. So they couldn't Knuckle the Arcanine, which would force us to go Gourgeist and hope they're not Max Flare. But they just go for Rockfall, okay, into the Arcanine, I believe. Yeah, that makes sense. I kind of have to go with a guessing game, because like, Rockfall hurts Gourgeist, but doesn't really hurt Gastro. And then the Quake doesn't really affect the Gourgeist, but affects the Gastro a lot. So I was thinking maybe I should have gone Gastrodon, but I want to show Gourgeist. So I'm gonna Crunch and try to Wisp. We get a Crunch off, a little bit of damage. We outspeed and get the Wisp off, so that should be game. We go for Rockfall. The Gorgas does absolutely no damage, especially now that we have so much defensive investment. So I'm just gonna go at Gastrodon and get a crunch off into the rear. I don't want to C-bomb because I don't want to proc the weakness policy. I'd rather just, you know, stall it out a bit. Get crunch. Like, even if they breed, quote unquote, well, they actually did have Max Flare, so interesting. So they end up not getting the special defense back to neutral. So they still have the special defense drop, and Crunch plus up power should definitely get the knockout. And even if he doesn't, it's burnt, and I can deal with it. Especially because I outspeed it with everything I have. Perfect. So, great way to start. I believe that makes us finally getting to the top 100, which I really wanted to catch on video instead of on stream. And yeah, 75th. Let's go. This is huge for the series. So yeah, let's look for a game. I'll be back when we find one. Alright, so find an opponent, Dottie, top 4,000. Another Trick Room team. Alright, so the plan is basically the same. We go Arcanine. They don't have a Togekiss though, which makes me think of leading Gorgeist instead. No, Gastrodon is always better, I feel, because that, like, except pressure yawns, and they're not as inclined to. Yeah, because like the switch isn't as obvious either, and they're more inclined to just not go for a fire. I just like not damaging it too much, so I don't get hurt as much from with Yotar coming in. Although like they could go for a grass move, but grass move just procs my weakness policy and that doesn't do too much. Still do a good chunk, but like Yotar is mostly there just to stop Sun. So I feel like if they go for a grass move turn 1, it wouldn't be too bad. Just gotta save our resources as well. So yeah, let's see if we can make it go as well as last game. Really hope we do. That would be amazing. So yeah, they lead Venusaur Dusclops. Oh, that's tough because now we can't really make the switching game. Because the Dusclops should be faster than, or rather, should be slower than the Gastrodon. So if I switch, they'll just have the sun up instead of the sand. Alternatively, I could protect the Arcanine and just go for Earth Power. So yeah, they just go Torkoal, yep. I go for a Sleep Powder. Like, if they Sleep Powder, the Gastro kind of have to take that, you know? And if they miss, it's huge for us. But they just get Sleep Powder off. The position is still not terrible, by any means. And we get Earth Power off on Torkoal, which is absolutely huge. We don't KO, but it's close enough. So I'm gonna try to... I'm gonna try to Flamethrower. Safeguard is not as valuable because actually, am I? Yeah, no. Safeguard is not as valuable because Well, I can also just Snarl. I think that's better. But Safeguard right now is not as valuable because I can just set it up later. As I bring in T-Tar, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna try to Snarl and go Gourgeist. Waking up here would be amazing, of course, but I get to see some items too. So let's see. They got White Lens and Charcoal. They stay in, go for Sleep Powder, and we wake up with the Arcanine. That is absolutely huge, because that basically makes it so that our Gourgeist doesn't have to take a move from Torkoal, and that is so game-changing, so he definitely got lucky there. And makes me believe I kinda should have protected the Arcanine. As they just go Dusclops. We see the Citrus and the Koba. So what I'm going to do here is actually going to go for a Protect and a Will-O-Wisp into the Venusaur slot. I don't want them going right pure as I go T-Tar and Safeguard. I'm really afraid of that. So I'd rather just like, Will-O-Wisp, worst case scenario, I just get some damage on Venusaur, right? So I'd rather just do that. And they might just Trick Room too. Which means we can, you can Safeguard after. You get the Will-O-Wisp off. Oh, let's just go for Nightshade. That's fair enough. I'm actually gonna go... Well, I don't really need the Arcanine healthy. That's the... I need the Arcanine just for the... Now I think I only need it for the... for the Intimidate on Rhyperior. So they stay in, hit the Sleep Powder. I don't think we lose much from just doing this. I want to make sure Rhyperior doesn't come in, you know? And like, if I had gone T-Tar, I could have avoided the sleep. But my position after, they will just be able to get Rhyperior in for free, and that's not something I wanted. So now what we can do is we can go Gastrodon and Will-O-Wisp the Venusaur. Again, we're trying our best to avoid the Rhyperior getting a free switch. So Venusaur does switch out. Let's see if there's an ally switch. Yeah, there's an ally switch. I was kind of debating Will-O-Wisping the Dusclops, but I figured they would fear a they would fear me Wisping the Dusclops because it doesn't work, so I'm gonna get some damage on Dusclops. You know the drill. So what I'm actually gonna do here is I'm going to Max Geyser the Rhyperior slot and Will-O-Wisp it, because if they ally switch, they don't get the weakness policy off. At which point, my position is not bad at all. So now they have to choose, right? Well, they should go into the Gourgeist for sure. But regardless, like, this should be an okay position for us. So, yeah, we just... Both Dynamax, we see that they're slower. Which is important. Because their Dynamax, they're slower, but they move first in Trick Room, that's what I mean. They have a lower speed stat, or at least a speed type. Which means that we're going to be moving second. They do go for Bulldog, of course. They do way less damage because we burnt them. Alright. There's only 3 turns, or 2 turns left plus this one of Trick Room. Something to keep in mind too. We go for Max Quick actually, which is really huge because that means we get the Wisp off. We do a lot of damage, of course. Well, it doesn't mean we get the Wisp off because we still have to hit. But it means that Gourgeist is alive. Okay, we do hit, which is amazing. And we get the Geyser off. Let's see how much this does. Should do about like 50, I want to say. Yeah, 60. That's fair enough. I guess it depends on the bulk there. And now, I think we just Geyser. Because like I feel like Quake is gonna KO us, and I don't know if we live if I go Arcanine. So what I want to do? Oh, do I? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is Geyser up here. No. Yeah, Geyser up here, go Arcanine. Even if we get it wrong, we should be in a fine position. I was actually tempted to. I think I should have max guarded and gone Arcanine. It's a tough position because the Venusaur in the back is not going to be easy to deal with. They look for Ice, which is kind of good. I was fearing a Nightshade, and the damage on Dusclops is always great. You go for Flare into Arcanine. Nice. So this is like really good for us. Yeah, we obviously don't do a lot of damage, but that was not the point regardless. And they still can't do enough to Gourgeist. So what I want to do is they have the whole team board too, which I find hilarious. So you can just max guard and go Gourgeist. Fairly safe here. So they have Bulldoze. Yeah, they have Nightshade. Yeah, we know this whole set. Which is good for us. They go for Max Quick into the Gastro. Probably Nightshade into it too. No, into the Gourgeist. It's just fair enough. And Trick Room's over. As are both Dynamax. So it's like everything is over this turn. Let's see. Now I think I just Seed Bomb the Rapier slot and I go for Recover. I see much of any reason not to. Yeah, I feel like that's my play. I might just switch out. I mean, I don't know. But this should be my play regardless. They do switch out. We got some chip. Well, unless they ally switch, of course. Yeah, not a lot. It's 4 times resisted, but something. I was wondering if maybe you should have Earthbar that slot, but I don't know. Probably not. Recover is always the play. And they go for Nightshade to Gastro. All right. So that means we can just switch Gastro out into Arcanine. No much of a reason not to. And we can just I want to switch Gourgeist into T-Tar. Yeah, because Gourgeist's not brushing anything at the moment. And T-Tar would. Obviously getting some chip down on that slot would be great. But like I really like, and the sand plus the burn racking up on Venusaur makes a big difference. At this point I can also like try to Timeless Stall them. I mean, not, yeah, which is an option, but not one I wanted to resort to. You do go for Sludge Bomb into a T-Tar. A Poison would actually be nice because they can't sleep us. No, they go for Trick Room, which means that now T-Tar is faster. Or move source. And that means that yeah, Crunch plus Flamethrower into the Venusaur slot should be fairly free. If they all switch, the Crunch goes into Dusclops, obviously great. I'll actually no. My play is to Flamethrower the Dusclops and Crunch the Venusaur, yeah. So they do ally switch, we get the Crunch off on the Clops, which, I mean, fine by me. Potentially they get T-Tar to sleep, but at this point, like, I feel they don't have time to, with all the burns, they actually go for Giga Drain, so they proc our Weakness Policy for recovery. Waking up here would be really lucky, not gonna lie. But yeah, not too likely. So now we just gotta wait a little. The sand and the burn are racking up. So what it can do is you can actually go Gourgeist, because like at this point Gourgeist isn't that necessary. Probably just to take a Sludge Bomb or something. Protect Tyranitar. No need to fool around. I want him to like randomly Giga Drain the Arcanine slot. So I wouldn't mind taking a Sludge Bomb there. And then just going like back into Arcanine, crunching. Just making sure that I don't get KO'd by the Rapier. The Wildlands, as we already know. Can protect off. A prior spar into the T-Tar is expected. And a Sludge Bomb into the Gourgeist, exactly. It gets the poison, so we get a free switch into Arcanine, basically. Could also go Gastrodon. No, Gastrodon is not the play. Yeah. We got hit by the burn, etc., etc. Can just go Arcanine. At this point, I feel like they should probably Rock Slide, but going for the higher spark or higher spark crit is a respectable play too. So I'm just gonna double the Venusaur. Not much reason not to, I feel. Like, if they protect plus higher spark of the T-Tar, they're just giving us free turns to wake up. Which I'd be fine with. They do go for higher power into the Arcanine. Perfect. So that should be game. Yeah, get some citrus recovery. Get a Crunch off. Definitely gonna KO the Venusaur. A +2. Crit absolutely does not matter. Let's see if Arcanine wakes up. It doesn't. So yeah, that should absolutely be game. Trick Room's almost over. We can just go for a Flamethrower and protect. No reason to risk crits. Fire Spar into the Tyranitar. Perfect. And wake up. Get Flamethrower off. This should be enough to KO, especially with the burn. Yeah, with the burn, yeah, for sure. Perfect. Alright, so we get 2 wins this episode. It's absolutely amazing. We did get a bit lucky, not gonna lie, though. Turn 2 Wake was huge with Arcanine. And the previous game, our opponent timing out was also pretty huge. So, yeah, kind of tough luck, but we take those. So let's see where we finish off rankings wise. Got HP up. Let's go. No, we don't want to see the teams. Switch battle teams. Let's see. So we're finishing off on top on, yes, 63. Not bad. Really good. Really happy to be on the top 100 finally. I'll be trying to grind a little on stream as well. So make sure you follow my Twitch channel if you want to keep up with the series. As I said, I'm not gonna do everything on video because that's not really doable for a first place race, you know. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed and see you next time. Bye bye.